Hi Flosstube, it's Daphne back with an update. My glasses have transitioned. I just ran outside real fast. They should transition back shortly. Sorry if that drives anybody crazy. It should be back to normal shortly. They're already turning back. I just want to thank everybody for their well wishes for my grandpa last week, or the last video. It was amazing. I just want to give everybody a little bit of an update. He is home from the hospital. Unfortunately, they did diagnose him with dementia. So for the time being, he's living with me until we as a family can decide what is the best place for him and what is the best situation for the family. So that is the next step for him. But he is walking without the assistance of a walker, which is a huge improvement. And he will start physical therapy on Monday. So hopefully they will get him up and moving and going, and we can take him some fishing and get some movement back in him and keep on going. So that is the update on Grandpa. Ronnie has started baseball. He's played 3 games. He is loving it. I think every time he plays a game, he falls more in love with it. So there is that. So that's it for life updates. I hope everybody else is doing fantastic. What on earth is going on up there? Okay, sidetracked. All right, so I think we'll start with books because I only finished one and it won't be very long. So I started reading, well, first off, I had those 3 other books I told you I started reading: the Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Children, Red Dragon, and The Gold Compass. For whatever reason, state of mind, whatever, I just could not get into them. So I started reading Daughter of a Pirate King, got right into that one, read that one. I actually pulled an all-nighter to finish reading it at one point. Absolutely loved it. It was fabulous. I don't actually have it here to show you guys because I've already loaned it out to the next person who's going to read it. But I did go ahead and order its sequel, Daughter of the Siren Queen. It's a duology, so this is the last one. Thank heavens. I am so excited for 2 books and done. But it is a fabulous book. It's an easy read. But I do think I have a problem. So when a booktuber recommended these, she normally does like YA stuff like that. And so I went to go pick it up knowing that the first book had some makeout sessions in it per se. And they did have them. She talked about stuff that I don't necessarily would want like my little kids reading. But that's as far as it went, was makeout sessions. But I do know she did say that this one got steamier. So here's my problem. These books are rated for 7th graders and up. Aren't 7th graders like 12-year-olds? Did I miss something? And if you're a parent and you have no problem with your 12-year-old reading that, I mean, cool, whatever. That's your choice as a parent. But I wouldn't want my 12-year-old reading about adult bedroom activities. So, and I do know that they rate these by vocabulary used. It's reading level. So this reading level is a 7th grade reading level, which probably is why I was able to binge read it, because it was an easy read. But I love the story, and obviously there's adult content in it, so obviously it's not supposed to be for, at least I don't think it's meant to be for 12-year-olds. So, and I know the YA section is a fairly recent in the last, I don't know, 5-6 years or whatever it is. So obviously writers know that adults want books that are easier to read, and they've got the YA section, so maybe it's time that they look at content versus vocabulary. If you know more on this subject than I do, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I would not want this in a middle school, maybe the first one, but knowing that there is an intimate scene in this one, do we want that in a middle school? High school, probably. Middle school? Do we want it in a middle school? Maybe I'm a little overdone. Anyways, I think that's enough on that situation. But please correct me if I'm wrong, or if maybe I'm freaking out a little too much, or if you've had the same problem. I do know my little sister, she's 10 years younger than me. And my mom bought her a book in the juvenile section, and I read it because I wanted to read it, and it was no way in anywhere appropriate for her age, and it was rated for her age. My eyeballs weren't appropriate for that book. Let me put it this way. For those of you who've read A Court of Thorns and Roses, 10 times worse. 10 times worse. And it was in the juvenile section and rated for middle school students. So am I missing something? Are they needing to... I really don't want to have to read all my kids' books, but I guess I might have to. Anyways, leave me your thoughts, or if you know anything about it. Because yeah, I think that's kind of weird that they have this rated for 7th grade book. Anyways, I'm going to get off my soapbox. Fabulous books. Warning, adult content. I haven't read this one yet, but it's already been warned to me that it's in here. And the first one got a little, make-out sessions and talking about other things. So, anyways, moving on from that. I left my thing. My journal. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. We're back. I had left my Hogwarts notebook. Can't get into stitching if I don't have that. So, anyways, good segue. I did pick up one item of haul. I got Quaker turtles. Michelle Bendy had a bunch of the Quaker patterns up for auction. I tried to win them. The auction got up to $28. I wasn't willing to spend that. I know it's for charity and all, but somebody else got it and would love it. And I wasn't really interested in the other patterns, so it just didn't make sense to me. So I got this from Kitten Stitcher. So very excited to have it. I might change my smalls idea for StitchCon to one of these because I'm super excited. So now, stitching. Are you guys ready for some stitching? Because I am. So, stitching got a little crazy because they did a fabulous challenge where I was able to do 10 different shops. But, well, let's see. Did we talk about week 8? Okay, so that's where we're at, I believe. New. Fighting for my attention. 2 projects that are fighting for my attention. Did we already do that one? Did we discuss that one? I don't think we did. So we'll go over it. And if we did, I'm sorry. So I did 2 projects that were fighting for my attention, and I chose Lady of the Flag and Epic Harry Potter because I wanted them both done in August for 2 separate reasons. Well, probably closer to the end of July. Lady of the Flag because I would like to get it entered into my county fair in September, and Epic Harry Potter is for my husband and I's anniversary in August. So I did these 2, and it was 500 stitches on each. So, and I got, there's a lot of progress in here because I did it on other ones, and I'll bring those up later, but I got the 500 in on here. And then Epic Harry Potter's gotten a lot of work on it too, so it wasn't just this one, but there's that one. I'm pretty sure I did the 500 down in here, right here. So there's that one. Then they had us take a week in Hogsmeade. It was like a teacher's, what did they call it? Retreat, vacation, planning? What did they call it? I don't know. The teachers were out. You weren't allowed to ask questions to the teachers. You just had to go and do a thing, but you had to make a story. So here's my story. I'm super excited about it. It took me a lot to get through, so we'll go, because I did it kind of in order. So we've got to start with Mahade. So Dervis and Bange is the magical equipment, and I totally got a phone call from Sally, and Halloween Town has run out of cauldrons. Give me just a second, I got a kid. Yes, son. Don't step on the camera, you're going to make people seasick.
Jack's doing something wrong with the TV.
Okay, I will be there in a minute. Can you let me finish making my video, and then I will help everybody, okay? Okay, so back to the story. Sally called, my good friend Sally called, and Halloween Town is completely out of cauldrons. Completely out, there is none. And Jack's favorite stew is frog's breast stew, and she can't make it without a cauldron. So she called and asked if I could owl post that out right away. So I did. I stopped and picked it up, and got that posted out to her. Okay, and then the next one was Glad Rags Wizarding Wear. Whew, that was a word. So I am designing it. Well, the dress has already been designed, but I'm color changing a design, and what better place to get inspiration than in a shop that makes clothes. So I spent quite a bit of time sitting down there while I worked on my conversion and my dress. Got quite a bit done on her. And then, man, with all of that, I was so excited to get some Butterbeer. I really needed some Butterbeer. So I ran down to the Hogshead Pub. Lo and behold, they are out of Butterbeer. Can you believe that? Can you believe that they're out of Butterbeer? They are waiting on a ship to bring them Butterbeer. So I sat down and worked on my ship, my skeleton crew, being that they're waiting for their crew to bring in the Butterbeer. But alas, it never showed up. So here I am, still parched. What better place to go than, hang on, the Hogshead Rail Station. I figured if I spent enough time there that the Butterbeer would be in. The ship would come in and it would be in. So I ran back down there. And me being a muggle born, the rail station is very dear to my heart because it is where all the magic began for me. And so as I sat there reminiscing about my ticket and my wonderful experience into Hogwarts and stuff, I sat there and just reminisced on the past and how wonderful my life has been since I got my ticket to ride the Hogwarts Express. Okay, so while I was there, I decided that there was no Butterbeer to be had, but I was still wanting some sweets. So I ran down to get some sweets, down to Honeyduke's Sweet Shop to get some candy. So I worked on this piece because obviously Halloween, it has the eat candy. So put some stitches into that while I chomp down some candy. Okay. Then they had a late snow, right? Everybody's been having these late snows. So I was real excited. I built a snowman and then I was cold. Y'all, it was cold. The snow is cold. Why do I always forget the snow is cold until I'm already knee deep in it? So I ran into Madame Pattyfoot's tea shop to get some tea to warm up. And while I was there, I worked on my snowman stocking because I had just got done building a snowman. So I put 100 stitches into that. Okay. Then, so I got done with my stocking. And I remembered that I forgot to visit a haunted house for Halloween. And that is a Halloween rule. You have to visit a haunted house. So I decided to go down to the Shrieking Shack and investigate this so-called haunted house. So I did. Went down there and investigated. Okay? Then I got word that the ship arrived. So I ran down to the Three Broomsticks to get my Butterbeer because the crew was bringing them in. Heck yes, for some Butterbeer. Finally. Hallelujah, got my Butterbeer. Okay? Then Sally called back, and Jackson, another one of his moods. I don't know how she puts up with it. He's kind of moody. Takes over Christmas, you know. She's got to keep him happy. So he's in a mood. And she's like, hey, I need to play a joke on him. Can you go to Zonko's for me and pick me up a trick cauldron so I can put the frog breast stew in there and it'll explode on him and we'll all have a really good laugh with the kids? I said, absolutely, I can do that. So I ran down to Zonko's, got a trick cauldron, mailed that in the post, and headed back to Hogwarts because, boy, that was a long week in Hogsmeade. So I hope everybody was able to keep up with my crazy mumblings. Oh, I forgot one. In the midst of my excitement, I forgot to tell you that I went down to the Quill Shop and my good friend Newt has a philosophy that worrying means that you suffer twice, and so I wanted to commit it to memory, and so I wrote it down while I was at the Quill Shop. Yep. So I was able to get all 10 of those shops in. I know I went real fast through those, and we'll take a better look at them, maybe. We'll see how it goes. But I was able to get all 10 shops in, no penalty stitches, and my stories, I think, are pretty good. What do you guys think? Did I do all right? Okay, so then year 3, week 9 came out, and can you believe those kids upset the Whomping Willow? They did what? I didn't do that. No. No. I did not do that. So, I had to take penalty stitches because I refused to take blame. I refuse. So, I had to do 450 stitches, which was all of this background. I know it's kind of hard to there. That background of my Slytherin banner. And then people can't keep the trap shut and let the secret go of the secret room. And I'm not going to tell you what secret room, because I can keep secret. So I had to do another 450 stitches because I refused to say I gave away the secret. So there it is. So I do have this funny story because this would so be me. There's a reason I went ahead, because I could have done this. Here's the green. I have houses I could have worked on. But, okay, so I went to girls' camp when I was 17. It was my year to be a YCL, which is youth camp leader. I had just had surgery on my wrist. It was healing, but I was still on pain pills. Funny story about me. Here we go. I am so not a troublemaker. So not a troublemaker. So the YCLs had their own cabin, and there was like 10 of us. I had taken my pain medication. I was tired. I went to bed at 8 o'clock. I had put curtains up in the bunk beds so that it would be dark, because I knew the other girls wanted to stay up, and me being tired and healing from surgery was not their business. I read my book, and I went to bed. Hang on. Wait. And I'll be there as soon as I'm done, okay? And closed the curtain. Took my sleeping pills, took my pain pills, and went to sleep. I woke up the next morning to being screamed at. Not me personally, just screaming in general from the head of the girls' camp. So apparently while I was sleeping, this is all hearsay, and what I got know happened because I got yelled at. Can you hear those kids yelling? Give me just a second. Guys, please go watch the movie. Okay, so apparently this is a girls' camp, right? One of the YCLs had her mom bring in boys, which, boys, come on. I missed out on the boy thing. Pizza and ice cream, which I missed out on that too. I'm kind of sad about the pizza and ice cream thing. Not so much sad about the boys, but the pizza and ice cream I missed. They attached a swing to the ceiling of the cabin. The girl whose mother brought in the boys and the pizza and ice cream, she had stripped down to her underpants and her bra and was swinging from the ceiling with the boys. They had boombox screaming. They stuck a dead rat in a bunk bed. I don't even, and they brought booze in. I don't know what this girl's mom was thinking. It was a wild party, apparently, and I slept through it. I slept through all of it. All of it. I woke up to being screaming from the leaders, and went, what just happened? And they're like, you're excused because you were sleeping. We came in here and tried to wake you up and couldn't. And I'm like, I was on sleeping pills because my fan. And they're like, you're not in trouble, but everybody else is. So all the YCLs then had to leave and be... Boy, those kids are getting loud. Give me a second. Okay, we're back. I'm pretty sure we were talking about the thing that... so all the YCLs had to be put in the camps with the other girls. And all the other girls had to be followed around by adults. And the girl whose mom brought in the boys, the booze, and the food had to leave. But I slept through it. So I'm sticking to my guns. I didn't mess with the tree. And I sure as heck didn't tell the secret because I slept through it. I slept through it. So I got that completed. Okay, and then... So year 3, week 10. Today is Sunday. They've released the homework. We cannot start until tomorrow. And there's only 2 days left of the month. So we have 2 days. We had to work on our smallest whip that we put on the whip list. And I don't even think I have mine with me. No, I don't. I didn't bring it with me. And so I'm going to work on Merry Christmas, My Dear. And we get a point for every 100 stitches you do. And then if you FFO it, you get an extra 50 points for your house. I don't know that I'll be able to get that done. I'm only maybe halfway through. Probably halfway through the piece. So I probably won't. With everything going on, I probably won't. But I'm going to try to at least get it finished. Because that'd be awesome to remove that from my lip list and start something else. So, but this was my main focus. I was real excited about how much I got done there. soon I'll be able to start doing the the actual charts and not the thing on my computer. But that is what we're doing. Oh, okay. Mania plants. So I am totally stealing the Hufflepuff Stitchers idea. I am going to do, ooh, pull my feet out. My feet are falling asleep. I am going to do Monogamania. Is that right? Is that how you pronounce it? Monogamania with Epic Harry Potter. Because at this point, I am more concerned about getting this done for my husband for our anniversary in August than I am anything else. But what I am going to do is be lenient with magical stitches and magical stitches only. I am part of a stitch and binge group now for Supernatural that has things. If I can't make Harry Potter work, then it's just not going to work. I'll still binge the episodes, but I just may not be able to do their weekly stitching thing, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'll just join in June again. But I can still do the discussions, and they have other ones like stitch, more generic ones that I can try and make fit. And the admin on the group kind of helps you make your project fit, so I may do that too, and so I can make it work. But mostly it's like work on bugs. Well, Ron threw up slugs. Can I link slugs to bugs? Maybe I can. Rita Skeeta is a bug. So, I can probably wiggle my way around and get these to fit most of the stitch and binge because it's very generic like that. Like we had the episode with water, so stitch on something that goes in the water. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a mermaid on here somewhere, from the Great Lake. So I will do my best to make this fit, but if it doesn't, I'm not being lenient anywhere else except for Hogwarts. Because obviously this next 2 days, this is definitely not my smallest project. Not my largest, but it's not my smallest. So I have to work on the other one. But where I can make this fit, I'm going to make it fit. And all of my extra stitches will go into this. I'm hoping to get some super progress done on this for May. My goal is to have this page is almost done. This page done. And I'm hoping for 1 or 2 pages done down here. If not more. The more I can get done, the better off I'll be for the August finish. Oh, and look. I made a grime guard. I finally got tired of rolling that stuff up, so I made a grime guard. Look, there's Harry. Look, I always manage to cut. Is that? No, that's Hermione. There's Ron's bottom half. I always manage to cut him out. Gosh darn it. But I think did I do anything else? Oh, and no, that ends because I am doing the Semi-Sane's birthday month challenge, which was with Lady of the Flag. So for plans, I did get extra credit done this month, which I was super surprised about for Hogwarts. It's the first year I've been able to do the stitching extra credit. Normally just do the booking extra credit, but I did get some of the, I got the 500 stitches in Something That Makes You Happy done. And I got the 500 stitches in 310, which was in here. I got that done. And then the 200 stitches on Something That's Sucking Life from You. I did that on the stocking. And then Watching the Prisoner in Azkaban. Okay, so for plans, the Bookish extra credit this month is going to be hard for me because it's going to be hard to tie in the books that I like to read, which is okay. It's forcing me out of my comfort zone. Like they're making you read a history or a historical fiction book, which I've not ever read. I'm pretty hardcore fantasy. So I'm going to do the Book Thief. It seems like even people that are hardcore fantasy like I am love the Book Thief. So I'm going to read the Book Thief. We have to read a book on the approved list for a plot twist at the end. So I'm going to do Ender's Game. I have seen the movie, but books are generally better. So I'm going to do that one. And they have to do Visiting from Another Country. And it cannot be a fantasy country. It has to be real life. So I'm going to do the next book in Bloody Jack series because she is wanted in England, so she returns home to Boston, Massachusetts. Well, not home. Returns back to the girls' school in Boston, Massachusetts. Woo! Get that out. So she's visiting a different country. For the rest of them, okay, I'm going to throw them out there because I know that I've got Sean's real good at throwing me out books. The Inverted introverted Stitcher's Real Amber is really good about throwing me out books. And so are quite a few of you guys, so I'm going to throw them out there. So I need one with a competition in it and to describe it. I thought about rereading The Hunger Games, but I'm not there. A journalist featured. And it has to be more than just a snippet. It has to be like a bit of the book. A key on the cover. One with a mermaid in it. I'm kind of mad because my daughter have a siren queen. That's a siren, not a mermaid. A feast on the cover. A book with a dragon. Which, hang on, we'll get that in a minute. And then a fancy dress on the cover. And then Jessie Marie at Jessie Marie Does Stuff suggested the book The Priory of the Orange Tree, and I'd been wanting to read it, but it's like this big, and the alternate book for this month has to be 700 pages. And so I'm going to do The Priory of the Orange Tree. I've got it coming in the mail. So if you have any that you know of that I should try, and I'll try and make it through the list, that would be fabulous. I didn't do so well with reading this month due to Grandpa ICU moving in with me. It's just been crazy. But I'm getting back into reading. Daughter of a Pirate King got me out of my slump. So I'm back to reading every night. So I think I could get through this list. But anyways, that's all my stitching. That's all my reading and all my craziness with books and family matters. Oh, I did want to say, due to everything going on, I think I've missed some people's emails about the bookmark. If you haven't gotten it yet and you requested it, please request again. I am not ignoring you. I got a little overwhelmed for 3 weeks, trying to get Grandpa out of the hospital and then him moving in with me, and life is just now calming down. So if you will reshoot me an email, I will get that to you as soon as possible. And I did notice that YouTube is no longer, like, I went back and watched my first video because my Flosstube anniversary is May 5th. And I noticed that somebody had left a comment on there and they didn't notify me. So I don't know if there's a setting I can change on that or something, but I promise I'm not ignoring anybody or trying to. So just reshoot me an email or grab me on Instagram is probably your best thing. If you really want to talk to me, grab me on Instagram. I respond pretty quickly on Instagram. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate everybody and the time you take for sitting with me and letting me into your home and spending some time with me. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.